Hello everyone and welcome to another video from your Overwatch. In this video we'll be discussing Mccree and his place, or lack thereof, in the new meta post-nerf. There's two ways to look at this. One, you can look at how his nerf damage affected his frequency of pick, and two, how it affected the potency of his pick. So if you didn't know, Mccree was for a very long time part of a default setup at pro level. This is because he had much more utility than most characters. He could kill tanks, he was hit scanned so he could give fairer troubles, and could use his stun to squish enemy flankers, or even stop some ultimates, notably Reapers. That's a lot one character could do, and what he could not do could be worked around, especially with how strong support characters are. A good Mccree and a good Widow combination would wreak havoc, and frequently did. So where does he sit post-nerf? Well, actually in a similar position to Widow. He doesn't demand an auto picker anymore, and in fact has been relegated to a niche pick. I would say he's only really justifiable if A, you're not playing at the highest level and you have the mechanical skill to left click heads for an entire game, or B, your team is suffering at the hands of a Tracer setup. I wouldn't even consider him as the best answer to Genji now, that's Roadhog in my opinion. So let's go through the reasons for this. Obviously his fan the hammer has been nerfed to 270 damage, but that's 270 damage at point blank. Even at roll distance you can have troubles killing anything other than a Tracer or Zen. The problem is, it's just not reliable enough. It's too random. It was far too good before, but now to kill a Mei or a Reaper you have to hit every bullet, or face their escape options and at worst, instant death. There are two fixes for this that I've thought of. Either make it do 300 damage, a compromise, or make it much more reliable in terms of spread or aim control. The way it is now is simply too unpredictable to justify using on anything not super squishy. In the new Pharah and tank meta, Mccree actually doesn't have that much to offer. While his right click received a significant nerf, his left click stayed the same. Let's just have a conversation about damage. To play Mccree and get the best out of him, you have to be hitting consistent headshots as your main damage output. There are other characters that are better at outputting that consistent damage. Soldier 76 is a better default pick in almost all situations now. He's easier mechanically, can heal himself, and has better evade options with the sprint. Plus he view kicks his opponents and really counters Pharah, one of the most powerful characters in the post-Widow nerf. He can even kill Tracer with relative ease while in his healing station. Here's that buzzword again, he just has more utility, is useful in more situations. Mccree's damage drop-off is also way too severe. I understand that you don't want him two-shotting Widows, but the distance at which your 70 HP per bullet turns into a 35p HP per bullet is frankly insulting, and needs changing to make him more of a viable pick. Here's the thing, he's just not good enough, or has a clear enough role to be picked with more frequency. Roadhog is a better 1v1 assassin and a better answer now to Genji. Soldier 76 outputs more damage, Reaper kills tanks, Pharah kills, well, everything. He's just a bit niche now, and I understand his nerfs are important for the game, I do, but his toolset now, apart from his stun, are average. You are just better off making a different pick. Some people will rejoice at that, but I don't. The one thing I can say is that he does synergize well with a good Genji or Tracer. That's where you'll find the gaps and opportunities. They create the space for you to get your damage in, a classic bait and switch kind of playstyle. He can still prosper in that at least. In conclusion, if you are capable of the skill required to left click everything down, he can still be good, but there are just better options for yourself and your team in most situations. If you like the video, please rate it. If you disagree or have something to say, leave a comment below. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time.